Hello everyone. Welcome to the another new episode of an mock interview. Today we have one of the new candidate named Nitin Chauhan. We are going to take the mock interview of Nitin. I hope from this particular interview you will came to know that the new questions you should learn some of the new concepts how to handle the particular things. I hope you will take some value add-ons on this particular interview. So let's get started with the interview. Yes, Nitin, how are you?
Yeah, thank you. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me for the mocks. I'm
Yeah.
so grateful. And yeah, I'm also looking forward to have a chance and got opportunity to having mock with you. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah. So yes, Nitin, can you introduce yourself, please?
Natively I'm from Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar and I have completed
Mm-hmm.
my master's from Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University. And currently
Mm-hmm.
I'm working with technology and working as a senior test engineer. So here I'm
Mm-hmm.
handling two projects IPO and the commodity
Mm-hmm.
back office and front office, right? So if
Okay.
I'm talking about my roles and responsibilities, so as a senior tech engineer, I'm working for I'm handling more than five member of team here. So
Mm-hmm.
both of the projects it's aggregated
Mm-hmm.
basically, and it's an integration back office to front office. Basically, it's an application of a broker where the HDFC Security, initially we call HSL. So for
Mm-hmm.
HSL, we are doing testing for all the modules integrated with
Mm-hmm.
back office to front office. So here
Mm-hmm.
I'm analyzing the requirement according to new CRs and what are the updates came from the client.
Mm-hmm.
And according to that, we will get the KTs and get the understanding from the client or the business analyst. So
Okay.
according to that, we will
Mm-hmm.
identify scenarios like whatever the off market and the like primary
Mm-hmm.
market for the secondary market and what are the timings. According to that, we will prepare the scenarios and we will write test case or check the
Okay.
validations according to the
Mm-hmm.
client requirement. Right? So all these parameters we will work on daily basis and we will raise the defects while execution. We'll raise the defects and get the
Mm-hmm.
whatever the evidences and screenshots. We will give it to the developers and we'll get the
Okay.
uh, like how much time it will take to resolve it. So all these things we will calculate and according to that we will on daily basis we will
Okay.
defect we will created a matrix by the client end. So on that
Mm-hmm.
basis we will do the defect tracking and will report the defects on daily basis to the manager and client. And through
Okay.
that we will follow the whole STLC and SDLC journey. Yeah,
Okay.
that's all
Got
about
it.
me.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for detailing me about brief about yourself. Okay. So my first question to you is like, what is the difference between validation and verification?
Yeah, basically verification is nothing but a static practice where we will get to know that whatever the documentation we have prepared, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
prepared like before getting build. So we will prepare the test identification like the scenarios, like according to the business
Mm-hmm.
scenario, the
Mm-hmm.
expected result and what is the
Okay.
actual result. So according to that, we will prepare the test cases, right? And we will review
Okay.
with the senior members, with the test lead, with the senior test engineers, with the colleagues, right? And after
Okay.
doing the review, we are going to execute the test cases, right?
Okay.
So this is the
So,
static practice where we'll discuss where we'll
okay.
check the documentation part, and in the validation we will check the actual product where we'll execute test cases and we'll get to know the actual outcome for the particular functionality.
Okay. Okay. So, in simple words, we can say about the verifications which comes under the reviews and inspections, what we can say, and validations comes for the actual testing kind of thing. Like, okay. So let's suppose I am validating some of my part. Okay. For validation point of view, this is the result and this is an actual thing. In simple words. Hello. Nitin, is my voice is audible? Hello. Hello, Nitin. Hello. Uh, is my voice is audible?
Yeah, your voice is audible, Om, but your video is stuck. Now it's okay. Like it seems okay now. Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm saying is like for the verification and validation, verification which comes under the actual reviews and inspections, okay, and in validation is nothing but we say about whatsoever we want, like right, which comes under the actual testing kind of view. Okay, that is
Right.
in simple terms we can say about verification and validation point of view. Okay, so how do you perform, my next question to you is like how do you perform the impact analysis to change in a module? So let's suppose you have one project. Okay, in that particular project there is one module is being get changed. Okay, so how do you test the impact analysis? How do you perform the impact analysis for the change module in any particular application in your project?
Yeah. So basically, in my current company, like there is like in my current PR, like there is a change request by the client, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, like we will do the regression testing and we'll get to know the
Mm-hmm.
impact of like existing modules are working fine as they are working before, right? So after the
Okay.
update or enhancement is changed for the particular module, right? So through
Mm-hmm.
regression testing, we will check it and we'll get to know the outcomes as expected or actual results. So that if there is any defect or bug we found, we will raise it to developers. So yeah,
Okay. Okay. So if let's suppose there is some impact analysis is taken place, first main thing is like we have to trace the dependency by using RTM, requirement traceability matrix.
right,
Okay,
right,
and let's suppose for that particular module what is the exact impact, what is the exact impacts depends on the another module interface by using the different features and prioritizing the test cases accordingly, like right, as you have mentioned we have to do the regression, that is perfectly fine, but let's suppose what is the exact impact happens due to introducing that particular module to the different module, that also we have to test it.
right.
So yeah, so because
That
many time
validation
what.
that we need to check with the requirement document, like with to respect
Mhm.
to the document only. Understood. Yeah.
Okay. So my next question to you is like, let's imagine you are testing one of the particular application. Let's suppose I am your QA lead. I have given you one application to test. Okay.
Okay.
So what is okay? So let's suppose I have given you one application to test. So as a QA, what is your entry and exit criteria in your test cycle?
Yeah.
Have you understand my question?
Yeah, yeah, got it, got it.
Yeah.
Basically, when I got the application, so I'll first of all I'll explore the application and check the what is the flow for the functionality end to end, and through that I'm according to user document or the user story. Through that I'll prepare the test plan or the
Mm-hmm.
test plan. Through the test plan, I'll check the estimation where like how much time it will take to test the whole functionality, right? So through that,
Mm-hmm.
I'll come to know like how much time it will take, how what are the story points for the particular application, like from implementation to the testing and the sign off.
Okay.
Right? So through that, I'll check the like the scope of project, the risk of project, estimation, where the job allocation, then resource allocation. Then I'll check
Okay.
what is the acceptance and is it, like what is the acceptance criteria, right? So with the
Mm-hmm.
valid like there are different environments like production,
Mm-hmm.
pre-production,
Okay.
PSIT. Through that I'll check like how much time it will take to give the sign off for the particular functionality, right? So for
Okay.
that, like what are the valid and invalid test data I have to use for it, right? If there is any particular requirement from the client, right? That thing also we have to test it according to the business scenario. So
Okay.
business scenarios and with the functionality scenarios, we will cover those things. And after writing all like after writing all the test cases, we will execute these test cases with the high, low, medium purity and severity.
Okay.
So that we will
Okay.
reach to developers and we will close it, right? So this cycle
Okay.
will go on until the expected outcome or the like the all major priority severity scenarios should be covered, and then they will go to the sign off. Yeah. So
Okay.
where we will
So okay. So in simple words, for the entry and exit criteria, for the entry purpose, we have to like there should be the requirement freeze kind of means requirement should be freeze. First point, we should have the proper test plan. Second point, third point we can say is like just wait a second. Okay. So third point is like we have to depend the priority for the same. And the exit criteria is something like we should have the 100% test coverage, like right, for any of the particular thing, and it should be bug free, like right. So this should be the high level entry and exit criteria of any particular application to test.
okay,
Okay. So, my next question to you is like, and also another one point, we should have received the sign-offs from the n number of different resources. Like, let's suppose if QA is going to give the sign-off for the same, okay.
okay,
Then after that, the business people should also give the sign-off for that particular user story or something. Are you
right,
getting my point?
right,
Okay. Yes. So my next question to you is like, let's suppose you are working as an senior QA. Okay. There is an the prod release is going on. Okay. And in your team, there is one junior QA is there. Okay.
okay,
So what exactly the scenario is like? There is some XYZ module is going to be deployed on production. Let's suppose there is three user stories we're going to deploy on the production.
okay,
First point. Second point is like in that two user stories is tested by senior QA and one user story is tested by the junior QA. Okay.
right,
And let's suppose there is only 1 hour to go live. There is only 1 hour is remaining to go live, and the junior QA resource has missed one of the bug in the production.
okay,
Okay, and the things has go live on the prod, and the thing was like when the client is testing or the business people is testing that particular thing, and they have got that potential bug.
right.
Okay, then as a senior QA, how you will going to handle this particular situation?
Yeah. First of all, I'll accept the bug. I'll accept the bug and like basically it's a bug leakage in production, right? So we have to do the hot fixing. So we will accept the bug and with the client we will
So
understand.
what exact? Yeah. So let's suppose client has tested that you have also scripted the bug, and let's say if client is asking you how you will going to overcome this kind of situation in the future. So what exact measure you will going to implement to your QA team? Can you tell me that?
Yeah.
Have you
So
understand my
basically,
question?
yeah, yeah. So basically, initially, what we do is to do the level of testing where we will
Mm-hmm.
smoke testing, sanity testing, integration system testing, and UAT testing. So these phases we
Mm-hmm.
will follow strictly and will check the outcomes for it. So
Mm-hmm.
initially, it should be captured, it should be find in the smoke and sanity where the bug should be not leaking the product,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if there is no pre-production, then from UAT to production. So this should not be repeated again for the upcoming sprint. So this is my approach.
Okay. But let's suppose I am your client and I am not satisfied your answer, then how you will add some of the point?
Yeah, so basically, when we are touching something, so for that, like we have also the deliverables with the like test cases, the evidences, right? So with the evidences, and we will also with the evidences we can prove it, or if there is some certain changes in the application from the developers end, or is there any environmental issue, right? So those also we
Mhm.
can share it to the client, right? If also, if after that also they are not agreed, then we will perform the testing in front of them with the application, like with the stable environment, and on that we will check the application and we will get the sign off from them.
Okay. So let's suppose if I am in your situation, what I am able to do that
Okay,
is first like I'll able to first go to the test cases in the detailed manner on the ground level, first of all. Then I'll check that what exact, like whether that particular point is missed in the test cases, or that particular point is missed by then human intervention, or the QA has not executed the test cases. That is on modular level. Okay.
right,
Second thing, if I got like test cases is written, but QA has not executed that test cases in an the hurry point of view, then I'll go into the details of that particular case. Okay. I'll have one incident report for the same, how exact these things has happened. Okay. It's not kind of like we are blaming to the anyone. It's kind of like this particular situation should not happen in the future.
right,
Okay. So if the situation is like that, I'll prepare one particular document for the client. Okay. In the first call, if client has got the bugs, for here and there, we have to fix it and the hot fix for that. Anyhow, like right. Once the hot fix is done, then at the time of retrospective meeting, there is a retrospective meeting is going on. Then at that time, if my client or my QA lead has asked me that particular thing. So what I should do is like I'll prepare one incident document. I'll note down the each and every point, what exact happened, how is the case, or how is the thing. Like right. If I am the leading from the front, I'll take the whole responsibility of the things. Like right, because that particular resource is under me, and due to my negligence, it's not, we can call this as in the negligence, but due to the lack of constraints time, there might be the n number of different scenario.
right,
We are just considering as in the lack of time. Like right. So at that time, what is the exact scenario is there? Due to the lack of time, we are considering. So we are accepting our fault. That's fine. And in future, we'll try to avoid this kind of things. Like right. And plus, add on, if any of the junior resource has performing testing on any of the user story, it's my responsibility because I am a senior. I have to take the ownership whether each and every test cases is been passed or not. A kind of peer review, we can say,
right,
like right. Review for what? For the testing point of view, whether each and every scenario is covered or not. Like right. So this kind of things can avoid the potential bugs, and we can avoid the risks into the production as well, and it will avoid the, what we can say, $1 million of, yeah, it basically it will won't have any financial costing thing, because like if any of the bug may cause a financial multi-billion dollars loss as well to
right.
the
It should not
business.
impact to the business, right? So not.
Yeah, it should not impact to the business. Okay. So my next question to you is like, your QA lead has asked you to prepare the test strategy. Okay. When the requirement, and let's suppose I'm your QA lead, I have asked you to prepare the test strategy. We have to test this particular functionality, maybe XYZ. And let's suppose you have started preparing the test strategy or the test plan, what we can say, to test this particular functionality. But after a few days, you have came to know that is like business people is changing, means business people is changing the many of the things in their requirements,
Okay,
like right. Then how you will going to deal with such kind of things in that in that the requirement is dynamically changing, and how you can implement it on your state strategy. That is my question. Have you understand, or should I
okay, okay.
explain once again?
Got it. Like from the client end, there are frequently changes they are doing, right?
In the requirement,
That,
yeah, the dynamic changes is there,
uh,
and your client side QA lead has asked you to prepare the test strategy. Then how you will handle this kind of situation?
yeah. So with the respect to the user document, right? So this will be sign off
Mm-hmm,
from the client end only. So through that only we
mm-hmm,
will get to understand that these are the current PRs, and through these PRs only we can test these pointers, right? Like whatever the modules,
mm-hmm,
submodules, and functionality, right? So through that we will like prepare the like we will do the like from
Mm-hmm.
uh, smoke testing, we will perform sanity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And through that we will perform the testing with the level of
Mm-hmm.
testing. But you are saying that like the frequent changes are coming, right? So in middle of
Mm-hmm.
testing, we are not able to accept any other build or any other functionality, whatever the change request is there. So in my current CR, I'm checking that according to this module, this is the functionality. So for this only, I'll test this only, right? So if there is any another change, so this should be another CR, and this should be in the document they will give this PR, and through that only we can work on that. But currently I have to work on this user document, and through that only I can give the sign off. If
Okay.
the client is not satisfied with the existing PR, you want changes in existing PR, frequent changes are coming, then I will ask to the client or the business analyst that like provide the uh, updated or updated CR, like the user document with the updated CR, and with the
Mm-hmm.
sign off from the client end, so that uh,
Mm-hmm.
we can do the testing on that only. So like
Okay. Okay. So first point is like as you have mentioned the you'll take the CRs from the BA. Okay. So first thing, whenever in such kind of situation when there is requirements are dynamically changing, the first point is that we have to coordinate closely with the BA people,
right,
business analyst people, like right, and according to that we have to change our requirement because see wherever there are requirements are dynamically changing, BA has to update their document. Then that updated document will come to you, and again that till particular time, the requirement has again get changed. So whenever we follow that particular circle, unless and until it comes to you, the requirement is changed. So to avoid such kind of situation, what we are exactly doing, you can have a meeting with directly with the BA, and you are closely working with the BA. Whatsoever changes, see, this is an hypothetical. Like every single day, the requirement is changing. Is mostly happens for the 2 to 3 times in the sprint
complex module depend upon the
it is and it's only for the complex model only,
yes,
like right. If this happens, like then you have to closely work with the PA. First one. Second point you can say is like you can frame your test case in modular format, like right, you can frame your test case in modular format in version control type kind of view. So for this particular requirement I have framed this kind of test cases, and this is my strategy for this kind of requirement. So you should have the multiple sets of data. So if we have the requirement of this, so we can follow this kind of strategy. If I have requirement this, I can follow this kind of strategy for A and B kind of thing, like right.
right,
So this kind of you can follow, and also you can perform the impact based regression as well, like right. So
impact,
what is the exact impact by changing this kind of strategy, by implementing this kind of things, what exactly the situation is going to change. So this kind of situation, this kind of things you can implement in your practice, like right, yeah, in day to day your QA practice. Okay. So my next question to you is like, so as you have mentioned, you have an experience working with and the banking and the finance domain, like right.
right.
So my next question is regarding to domain specific one. So my next question is like, what is a typical flow of the NEFT and RTGS transaction, and how would you test it? Yeah.
Yeah, basically I have made an RTGS for the loan disbursement, where after
Mm-hmm.
like the pre-sanction stage is there for the uh, typical loan cycle, where
Mm-hmm.
we will confirm the customer account number twice for the first
Mm-hmm.
time, and the confirmation of the account second time, and
Okay.
IFSC code, right? Through that we will
Okay.
disburse the amount to the borrower through the payment mode of NFT or RTGS. It also depends upon the how much amount we are going to transfer. To that only we will choose the payment mode as a NFT or RTGS. So for
Mm-hmm.
NFT, if I'm talking about it, like it's around 10 lakh rupees per day, and
Mm-hmm.
for RTGS there is no limit until. Like it's specifically set by the loan origination system where the client are going to set those limits according to their loan types.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in simple words, if you have to test the typical flow of NEFT and RTGS, first thing is like you have to log in, you have to initiate the payment.
Okay.
Then after
Like,
that, you have to
understood.
yeah. So what I have asked you, like, I have asked you for the how you will test this particular kind of
Acha,
flow, like,
okay.
right? So kind of you will validate the amount, you will validate the IFC, you will validate the OTP authentication is taken place. Then you have the success and the failure response.
Right.
Whatsoever transaction, like whether it is amount of 10,000 or 1,000 rupees, it will get a success or not. You will test it the positive way, and in the negative way, you will test it like timeout and rollback scenarios. Like rollback kind of things is like, let's suppose the transaction is going on and you suddenly keep pressing the back button of the any particular application. Like,
Right.
right,
Right.
whenever you are doing the phone pay transaction, there is one message is been coming, like, right, don't press that back
Back.
button unless and until the transaction is going on.
Yes.
Like, right, so you have to test this kind of scenario. So what is the exact impact on the kind of things, like,
Right.
right? So that is the one. Okay. So my next question, my final question to you is like, what are the some key edge cases in digital KYC or the onboarding flow? Can you tell me some of the key edge cases in the digital KYC or the onboarding workflows? Like, let's suppose in any of the bank, in any of the accounts, we are doing the eKYC, like, right,
Right.
or the digital KYC, what we can say. Let's suppose I'm not promoting any of the banks or the any of the product for the same, but let's suppose if you go in the Kotak Mahindra Bank, like, right, their front end officer asking you like, yes sir, we have to do the digital eKYC. Then what is the key edge cases, the test edge cases you will be testing over there? That is my question.
Okay. Yeah. So like at the time of KYC, like the PAN card, Aadhaar card number should be there.
Mhm.
So and it should be valid like PAN card number. Uh,
Okay.
we will verify that the PAN card is the depository of NSDL. So through that only we are
Mhm.
able to check the valid PAN card. If we enter the invalid PAN card, then the
Okay.
it should show the invalid PAN card error, right? And with the Aadhaar card also, the same scenario is same for the valid and invalid Aadhaar. There is EID
Okay.
also, so we will check with the EID, right? So with the
Mhm.
biometrics also, we are able to check we can complete the eKYC with the biometric or
Okay.
through the OTP based validation. Right? So all these
Mhm.
field level testing and will check the impact
Okay.
of the application, right?
Okay.
And we'll
Got it.
check.
So in that, the some of the edge cases is like you can upload the invalid PAN and invalid Aadhaar card. Okay. Second one is like image upload failure. Let's suppose if you are uploading some of the images, then that upload failure is happened. Then what happens? You can test that. You can have the slow network timeout. Like, right, whenever you are testing that on the any particular network. Let's suppose if you are testing in on the Chrome website, on the Chrome browser, there is one option is present called throttling. Like, right, if you go on the throttling option and you can choose the speed of the internet type, although you are using 5G, but you
Right,
can set the speed of the internet. Like, right, if you set that 2G, 3G or 5G, then at the slow network, how our exact particular application or the functionalities impacting, or how this exact particular digital KYC is working, you can test that one. That is the first one. And the duplicate of identity submission. Let's suppose my name is Om and my Aadhaar card is already in your database. And what happens if I usually used to do the same KYC on the same Aadhaar card? Are you getting my point? What
right,
I'm saying?
understood. So this,
Like, right. So these are the some key edge cases. You will be taking care of that while testing the digital KYC. Okay. So that is a one of the point.
right.
Okay. So one my last question to you is like, can you tell me like in your 5 years of experience? I guess you have 5+ years of experience, like, right, as you have mentioned in the starting of introduction. So how many test cases you have written in your 5 years of uh, experience?
Yeah, if I'm like
Yeah, you can tell me about the functional, non-functional, UI, non-functional. All kind of test cases. How many test cases you have written?
Not specifically, I can aim the number, but definitely I have more than 7 to 8 thousand of test cases where depend upon the complexity of the modules
Mm-hmm.
where I have worked for different investment banks and the capital
Mm-hmm.
market firms for the
Okay.
integration between like from
Okay. So in simple words, you have written 7 to 8 thousand test cases,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So let's suppose if you have to prioritize in terms of percentage in your test cases, if you have written the 7 to 8 thousand test cases, in that how many percentage of the test cases is of priority one or higher priority test cases? Can you tell me the percentage of that?
Percentage wise, the higher priority like 60 to 70% of the test cases are
Okay.
medium and
Okay.
high.
So okay, 60 to 70% is of higher priority. Okay. So, okay, that's great to hear. Okay. So, yes, I'm done with your interview, Nitin. Do you have any questions to me?
Yeah, I do have question about like I have more than 5 years of experience in computer cybersecurity. So, like, is it necessary for if I want to go to another domain? So, how uh, how my profile will like according to you, what are the suggestions you have for currently like what
So
aspect I have
basically, you are
to focus?
basically you are working on the banking or the fintech domain, and you have to switch your job across the cross domain,
Yeah,
like right?
cross domain.
Okay. See, many of the times what happens, Nitin, the many of the company search our profile, okay, on Naukri or any of the platform based on our domain. First point,
Right,
like right.
right,
If 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 and only if there is a company, what I'm saying, if and only if there is a company which having the multiple projects and they don't bother about your domain
okay,
experience, like right, they only bother about how the good QA you are and how the exact quality number of bugs you find in their application,
right,
like right. So as a QA, what is our main focus and main role is like we have to just focus on our application, and our application should be the bug free. This is on the plane and the foundation of our testing of any of the QA, whosoever number of QAs in thousands or lakhs, which is working in Maharashtra, not only in Maharashtra, in all over India region, like what I'm saying, to the working to the number of different banks, like right. And let's suppose if you have to go for the cross domain kind of thing, so what I'll suggest to you is like whatsoever domain you have to switch. Let's suppose if you are working on the banking domain, like right, and you have to switch to the healthcare domain. So what you can do is like you can observe that particular application. In every domain, there is one kind of what we can say, one kind of lion is sitting over there, like right, in
right,
their field. Let's suppose if you are talking about banking, the Bank of America is one of the oldest bank in the world. What I'm saying. Then in healthcare domain, if you consider about the India, there is an Apollo uh,
right,
pharmacy. There is some kind of products are available in the market, or there is kind of what we can say, means there are n number of different hospital chains application are there which
sector,
dealing with the healthcare, which dealing with the healthcare. You can observe that particular applications how exact they are functioning, and you can try to able to take the knowledge from that. Then that kind of thing you can tell in your interview or on the first call, if you are confident. Yeah.
so my next question is about like according to my profile, what you suggest, what aspects that I have to more focus on, more understanding, like what is
In terms of interview preparation, you are
yeah
asking,
interview
right?
preparation and in terms of
Okay, okay.
getting brushing up for the
Concepts, yeah, yeah. I'll tell you the overall high level feedback to you in simple word. So in feedback, I'll tell you about your introduction. Never ever tell you like what exact on different projects you have worked on, like right.
right.
I'm interested in like who is Nitin. Are
Okay,
you getting my point? Who is Nitin and what expertise Nitin will add to my particular project in my team? That is the first point.
okay,
Second point, try to give the answer in one word or in the close loop. Like right. Some means sometime what happens, I'll tell you upfront on your face only. Like right. So if I'm asking you some of the questions answer, you are telling me something different answer like that. This should not happen. Like right. So many of the time what happens, interviewer thinks that the candidate is over smart or he is just try to pretending the answer kind of thing. This should not happen. If you don't know kind of thing, just tell in front upfront to the on face like sir
Right,
I don't know about this particular thing. I'm not currently recollecting the things like right, but I'll definitely reach to you with this particular answer. So this kind of you can tell. That is a one thing. Second is like your communication is good, just the kind of some confidence you require, and you require some more mock interviews for the practice point of view.
right,
If you practice for the thing, so see everyone has the knowledge. Is just the kind of the presentation, how you present yourself in front of interview.
right.
That is
That's
only the thing. Yeah, that is only the thing. Else you are good to go. And what I'll suggest is like try to focus on automation as well. Try to focus on Selenium, Java, Playwright, JavaScript, TypeScript. There are n number of different uh, tools are present in the market. You can try to focus that as well. Else you are good to go. Just these are the some key points which I tell you. Like right. Do you have any more questions to me?
no, that's
Okay.
all my side.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So thank you so much. Whosoever is watching this particular video, I hope like I have tried to introduce some of the domain related questions as well, some project related things in this particular mock interview. In this interview, the takeaway point which I have mentioned is like you can watch this particular video, you can have preparation for the same. And once again, I'm saying you, uh, please try to updated yourself in this particular fast pacing. Technology is changing, AI is coming. Just don't fear about that, just go with the flow, what I'm saying. Like, and try to learn some new things, new concepts on daily basis. Try to focus on your work as well and try to enhance your skill as well, like right. And if you want to join our mock interview, you'll definitely drop the CV as well on our email, on our WhatsApp number as well. So yeah, that's an issue. That's another thing. So thank you so much for watching this particular video. And signing off from this video. Thank you so much for watching this. Yeah, thank you so much. If you like our content, do hit subscribe our YouTube channel as well. Yes.